Jeff Roberts, Magnolia Hoops here. Day number 2 of the 9th Annual Lighthouse Classic. Game 1, Pontotoc just defeated Florence, Alabama. Coach, if you don't care, introduce yourself and your players for us.
From my left to right, we got Tyler Shephard, Senior. We have Emarion Hinton, Jr. I think this will be a name that you'll hear a lot of in the future. We have Zane Tipler, Senior.
All right, Coach, I want to start with you first here. I was telling some folks down there that most events, this game would have been the main event game. It would have been a prime time game. I mean, it was great to kick off the day. What did you feel?
It was just a great atmosphere because they're so physical, they're long, athletic. I knew that would give us a good look kind of going into the future what we possibly could match up with. And I've been bragging about that team all week long about how well they guard home ball and get in passing lanes. Like, they do that well. And that was one thing that I was really not necessarily worried about, but it was one of my concerns because anybody can sit down on the ball. It's going to make it harder for you. When we usually score in the 80s and up, I think we had 66. And that was all because of defense. So when you put so much pressure on the ball, it kind of disrupts a lot of things that you want to do. So now you're forced to play more basketball and figure things out on the fly versus you being able to go through the progression that it says.
Zane, gonna come to you here. You played with BG and Vince. You know, you're the house. What does it mean for you to be able to come out your senior year and play in the Lighthouse event?
It means a lot to me. My coaches for 4 years, since 8th grade, and I think they really never do that. And like a big event like this, you really get to come to, especially senior years.
Emarion, is that right?
Emarion.
Emarion. I'm gonna say you're probably the biggest dude on the team.
Yes. Right.
I mean, what are you, 6'3"?
Yes, sir.
6'3", you was going banging against 6'5", 6'7s out there. You know, Pontotoc is an undersized team, you know, for 4A basketball. What does it mean for you, like, to be able to go down there and fight with the big dudes?
I mean, coach worked it up, so we knew it was gonna happen. So we just went out there and played our hardest.
Tyler, gonna come to you. You know, Pontotoc was kind of under the radar going into the season. You know, a lot of people are talking about what's Pontotoc doing this year. They ain't got nothing. You know, they're gonna be soft. What is Pontotoc this year?
It's really small, like a hard-nosed team. You got to get after it every game.
Coach, gonna finish it up with you here. Playing an event like this, playing a tough team like that. I know you guys, y'all have had a killer schedule so far. What's your record right now?
7-0.
7-0 with a killer schedule. What is games like this going to do for you when you hit 4A play and progress in the playoffs?
When you play well-coached teams like that, and teams like Center Hill, Cleveland Central, Columbus, all teams that's more athletic than you, very good coaching, it makes you have to be better. Me do a better job at coaching as far as I don't want my guys not to be, ready to go into any game that they have. 1, 2. The atmosphere that each one of those people bring. Like, when you go to Center Hill, it's going to be a Center Hill field, and the officiating is always going to be different from here towards Memphis than here. So it makes the boys have to adjust. It makes me have to adjust. Even my approach, I said I wasn't going to be in the referee's ears, and because sometimes I can be kind of rough, and I said this year I'm not going to do it. And I found my ways to say my point without having to be so abrasive. So it's also changing me and my coaching style as far as how I handle things and them at times. It also, I think, games like this get you ready for playoff possibly, And if you are blessed enough to make it to go down to 55, you're kind of conditioned to play under pressure and play in big games. Like Center Hill moves up 20, and all of a sudden they're making runs, and crowds are going crazy. So sooner or later, once you're in that atmosphere so long, it becomes white noise. It's kind of like having TV on and you go to sleep. Sooner or later, it's going to be white noise, and they're going to be poised enough to go out there and play in any condition, any situation, any place. It don't matter if it's at home or away.
You mentioned a couple of times of the other coaches and how well the teams that you've played have been coached, but give credit where it's due. You coached a very well game that day.
I'm gonna say this, coaches don't want to say this a lot of times. We do what we do as a coach to give our kids the best chance to win. But if the kids don't buy in, and if you don't have players, that coach is not going to be the same winning coach. I'm not that delusional. Like I know that I've been doing this for 18 years now, but I also know that without kids buying in, and without kids being skilled and having good people around you, a good coach is not going to look like a good coach. So I'm blessed to have people that's buying in. I'm blessed to have guys that's skilled enough to execute the things that we need to do.
All right, thanks, guys.
Thank you.